Hi, I'm Annette Pasternak, the Stop Skin Picking Coach, and today I'm going to give you a simple exercise to do if you're overwhelmed with worries. Okay, I've been around a lot of worried people this week, and I just remembered this technique when I was seeing one of them, and she asked me, what can I do? Can you give me something? I just keep thinking about all these things, and everything's getting worse and worse in her head, and she's overwhelmed with worry. With her, it actually popped into my head this exercise that I had done myself years ago, and thought it was great and helpful. And I wish I could remember where I got it from. Probably a self-help book because I read a lot of those and still do. Anyway, this example. Let's call her Gail. So Gail was super worried about her work. She was overwhelmed, and she had met with her supervisor, and in her mind, she was building this up. There were things going wrong. She built it up in her head to the point where she believed she was going to get fired. And then, I only found out about this like a week later after she learned she wasn't going to get fired. And the boss never had any intention of that. But she really, what psychologists call catastrophized in her head. She made all this to be a much bigger deal than it was. And, unfortunately, in the meantime, she had been doing really well with the picking, except these couple of days when she was going crazy with the catastrophizing. I mean, she picked for hours, right? Anyway, so what I suggested for her to do, she was still filled with all kinds of worries. Actually, this is somebody else. Gail. So this is what I remembered. There is only so much that's your responsibility, right? Worries, for one thing, anxiety and worries are just thinking about things that you don't want to happen. There's this great Mark Twain quote. I don't remember the exact words. Maybe I'll look it up, but it's something like, I've had many calamities in my life, most of which never happened, right? Because it was all in his mind. So we all do this, to some extent. But it can debilitate your life, if you really are very much a worrier, and, it can really increase your picking. So getting a handle on it with an exercise like this can be very useful. So what you do, because it's like really not your job to worry. It's your job to do certain things, right? Like this woman who was afraid of getting fired and thought she might. I mean, really, like she didn't need to be thinking about that. She just needed to be thinking, okay, well, what did my boss say that maybe I need to do? And, okay, I'll do this. And what do I need to do this? Well, maybe I do that. And so what you want to do is you want to make a column, take a piece of paper and divide it in half lengthwise. And on the left side, write me. And on the right side, write the universe. On the left, me. On the right, the universe. You can write everyone else for the universe. You can write God, sometimes people find that useful. Whatever you like. And basically, you just write down what is really your responsibility. Okay, so what can you act on as opposed to what's out of your control? And really getting clear on this just by writing it down can be enormously helpful. Because then anytime you tend to be thinking of the things on the right, you can be like, oh, that's up to God, that's up to the universe. That's up to so-and-so, my boss can decide. I have no control over what she thinks, I just have to do all the good things that are my job and do my best, but I have no control over these other things. We just have to do the actions, and the results of the actions are not our business, right? And we're always worried. We always tend to be worried about the fruits of our actions, whether we're looking for something good, some reward, or if we're looking not to be punished, But really, we just have to do our best. And the rest is, give it up to God. This is not our responsibility. All right, well, I hope you found that helpful. If so, please leave a comment. Please give this a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. I have a lot of good stuff coming up, and yeah, I want you to be there with me.